Hey everyone, today in this video I just wanted to respond or give my take on a video that came across my feed titled Don't Call Me an African. Now when I read the comments of the video and I listened to the actual content, I was a bit puzzled because people seemed to get offended and I felt like they didn't really get exactly what he said or maybe he intended to say or how he came across. I don't know, I could be wrong, but when I listened to it, I pretty much agreed with what he said in the video. Now, there are some things which I felt was off in terms of the analogies that he used and some of the historical things that he brought into it. But all in all, it didn't take away from the fact that what he said was a lot of truth. Now, this isn't me trying to cause divide or anything like that at all, nor am I silly enough not to know that, of course, I'm a descendant of Africa, people who are of darker hue, black skin, however you want to call it, they are descendants from Africa. That is true. However, there is a massive difference between somebody who is descended from a place hundreds of years ago, especially considering the circumstances, in comparison to somebody whose parents are from there, grandparents are from there, or they themselves have been born there and now they've moved to somewhere else when they were very, very young. And especially when we look at the groups who did descend from there a long time ago, let's be honest, they have created new groups or subgroups, however you want to look at it, and they're extremely proud of that. And that's what I got exactly from this video. Not that he was trying to downplay or disrespect anything, just to say that because of what's happened, a new group has been formed and I'm proud to be part of that new group, and that's exactly what I prefer to be called. And that's where I believe the whole Pan-Africanist movement, they kind of fall short of understanding, or maybe I don't know if they don't care, or it's just, again, how they come across. And again, it's not as if I myself, at least, or we don't respect or even hate Africa or Africans. It's just that a lot of, again, going back to Pan-Africanists, they seem to disregard the fact that a new bunch of, let's be honest, ethnicities have been formed with different ideals, customs, values, and histories that have been formed over the years. And because they do that, they end up actually being very disrespectful to those people at the same time, which is very, very strange. Especially when, again, people are very proud to be from those nations. People are proud to be from Barbados. They're proud to be from Jamaica, Trinidad and Tobago, Grenada, whatever island you name it. The same as people who are proud to be American, Brazilian, any South American nation, any nation from the diaspora that our people are in mass due to. We know what took place. They're proud of it, and they should be proud of it. I'm proud to be born and raised in England, as well as proud to have family who's from St. Kitts and Nevis, as well as Jamaica. Proud of all of it. Again, doesn't take away from the fact of I know where my roots lie, going way back. But for me, this is not the same as somebody who's been raised around a culture, has an African name, most likely speaks an African tongue, knows their African tribe. It's just not the same, even though you can tell by looking at me that clearly I'm from that region way, way back. But it doesn't mean that, for me, again, that I am an African just because I share the same skin color as somebody else who's actually living in that place or who has the exact cultural upbringing of that place. And it's really funny because I was actually away recently and I have these street traders and whatnot, and an African street trader came up to me trying to sell me something. I was, going about my business and I was like, what part of Africa am I from? And I'm like, I'm not. And that was like, the first thing was instinctual to say that because truth be told, that's how I don't see myself as being African. And truthfully, I don't think when I converse with Africans and they understand it, etc., they don't view me like that also. So this isn't anything to say anything negative about, being called one. I don't get offended when I get called one, but it's just to understand that, listen, I do not, my cultural heritage, if you like, or my disposition is not that one of an African, if that makes sense. But I just wanted to add my take on it. Again, some people in the comments were saying he was ignorant and all these things. And I was like, surely people can understand exactly what he meant. Or at least that's how I understood it. Again, nothing negative. He didn't say anything negative at all. But some people just automatically, might have been from the title, I don't know. They took that as some sort of insult, even though he had nothing negative to say whatsoever. It was just him to explaining his origins, his history, his line, and saying, I'm proud to be from that. And there's nothing wrong with that at all. And yeah, I pretty much share the same stance. So does anyone else share or have similar views in that regards? Let me know in the comments. Until next time.